What is up, guys? Welcome back to Straight Cut Gears. And first off, yes, I shaved my head. Wanted to try something new. So today we're gonna find out how much the Hulk weighs, and I gotta take some scrap off. So if you remember from the very beginning of this project, I weighed the Hulk, and if I remember correctly, it weighed, I think, like 3,990 pounds before I did the Crown Vic swap. So I want to find out if we gained weight, lost weight. Crown Vic weighs roughly 4,100 pounds. So I'm thinking we might be a little bit lighter than my original weight, and I think we're definitely lighter than obviously a Crown Vic. So gonna run this scrap to the scrapyard. It's the same scrapyard that I took the other scrap off to, so it should be the same scale that I weighed this on last time. So let's see how much this thing weighs. Oh, and yeah, like I've said numerous times, it still gets used like a truck, and it's going to continue to get still used like a truck. Oh, and the only thing that's missing off the truck that's going to add weight, and I'll have to calculate that back in, there's no rear bumper on the truck. So 60 pounds probably. It's a beast. It's heavy. So let's go find out what this thing weighs. We got about a 20-minute drive to the scrapyard. I'm cutting it close. It closes at 3 and it's like 2:25 now, so I'm going to be getting there, 10-15 minutes to spare. But, that happens. So, here we go. Captain's log. Hopefully the wind noise isn't too bad. It's not driving too bad. It rides really well with all the weight in the back, which that's kind of one of the perks of having the air ride. It rides good anyways, but the added weight just makes it even that much smoother. You can feel it swaying a little bit, which we're a little bit top heavy. Plus, I think I'm getting a little bit of a air transfer. And air transfer is just because the rear bags are teed together. So the air is transferring from one bag to the other. I think if they weren't like that, probably wouldn't be that bad, but not doing too bad. Hopefully we make it in time. All right, I'm just pulling up here now, and we'll get rolled across the scales if they'll let me. And we'll see what this thing weighs and get rid of these, it's bus seats if you haven't figured it out. All right, this is a muddy mess usually too. Here we go. Right. $49.80 right now. $49.60. 5,000. All right. Now I gotta figure out where to go. All right, I got it figured out. Gotta pull up here and unstrap, and then they'll unload me, I guess. Took a little bit to unload because my tailgate wouldn't come down, and the seats were just kind of all intermingled and mangled and tangled together, so it took a minute, but pulling back around to see what our empty weight is, and going from there. There's a few little pieces of aluminum that didn't go, and some stainless that was kind of got caught up in the mix, but it's all right, pull back up on the scales, see what we weigh, go inside, get my money, and then we'll go over the numbers. 3860. Hey, we're lighter for sure. Well, I gotta say, I am rather surprised. We had almost 1,200 pounds on the back of this truck, and so we came in at 4980 and we left at 3840. So let me do some quick math real quick. All right, so in here out of the wind. So we are at 3840. Take me away from that. How you can see. So we're at 3840. Take me away from that. Puts us at 3700 even. Yeah. And then there's my straps, and there's a little bit of scrap in the back that they didn't take, that one piece of stainless and a few pieces of aluminum and some other random stuff. So just say 20 pounds stuff. So that puts us at 3680. And then the rear bumper, I'm guessing with brackets and stuff, maybe 50 pounds. So let's add 50 pounds back in. So that brings us to 37 and 30 pounds with about a quarter tank of gas in it. And before we were at 3990. So what is that? 3990 minus 3730 is, couldn't read my writing. So we're about 260 pounds lighter. Yeah, so I'm happy with that. I'm actually surprised it's that big of a difference. I mean, 260 pounds out of a car is a considerable difference, and I've got way more creature comforts than I did before. I mean, I've got air conditioning, I've got just a whole better suspension setup. Granted, it has a different engine in it than it did before, but the single overhead cam that's in the truck is a iron block, whereas the dual overhead cam that was in it was a aluminum block. So I think, if I remember looking them up right, and I could be wrong, I think the dual overhead cam is a little bit lighter, or maybe it ends up being the same. I cannot remember. But guys, I'm super pleased with that. The Hawk's not as fat as I thought it was. So, and there's still some things that are overbuilt about it, but yeah, so we'll call it, 3,700 pounds, 3,730. So not too bad for a long bed truck. So, well guys, I hope you enjoyed this quick little video of the Hawk. Got some scrap out of my yard and got some questions answered. So guys, tune in next time.